wasabi party people, and welcome back. Today we're doing a big ladder test on the 22 DPC. Hornady has ripped this off old Kenny. It's gonna be the 22 arc. Before too long, I started this project of loading this up last week, and man, I tell you, it's a lot, you know. First I deprime, deburr, chamfer the case, tumble it, wash it, dry it, anneal it, resize it, reprime it, charge it, and load it. That doesn't count all the steps of changing powder charge weights and changing powders, which I did for this. Today we're shooting benchmark, which the last time I did a big powder test, I forgot that one. So I've got a bunch of loads on the benchmark. We have some H335, H4895, some Lever Revolution, CFE 223, Varget, and everything is 80 grain Sierra Match King, with exception I did load a couple of 90 grain Sierra Match Kings because I didn't get good footage of those in that one test. I'm doing kind of a large letter test on the CFE 223. Kenny's like, you know, they're below 28 grains, you're out of a node, so I may skip the 27, the 27.5, and just move on to the 28.3, the 28.5, and the 28.7. I got everything 5 rounds each. I load everything on a Redding T7, so that's a lot of pulls on that damn handle. I decap on that thing and I reprime on it, I resize on it. Everything's crimped, so I crimped all these. There's 260 rounds, and I don't know how many times that equals on a pull or how many processes that is. If I can figure that out when I get home, I'll put that on the screen right now. I'm not going to bring you along through this whole process. We're just going to get through this. I'm not going to get the lab radar out too. I thought about it. That's just too much for all this. We're just going to shoot for groups and see how the groups do. Now that I've figured out what the problem was, or most of the problem, I'm curious how these are going to turn out. I started on these last week, and Sunday I was like, man, I got on to college football on Saturday, and I load in between games. I got in on Sunday. The freaking Chiefs, man. Like, you don't have to show Taylor Swift after every time Mr. Pfizer touches the football. Seriously, man. NFL's all like, oh, the ratings are up. Well, it's because your 12-year-old daughter's coming in to get a glimpse of Taylor Swift.
I think just from a security standpoint, Taylor Swift comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that. It really is a big deal.
It just makes me sick, you know? Like, she's not bad on the eyes, but that one game where they're showing Mr. Pfizer and his Pfizer ads, and then they're showing Taylor Swift and her new movie coming out, her concert series, I'm like, golly, y'all, you're running that shit in the ground.
Get out of the street, you fucking bum!
I wonder if, like, an NFL player was dating Lana Rhoades, if they give her that much attention, you know? Like, that'd be pretty sweet. Talk about wanting to get your ratings up. Get Lana Rhoades up there in the press box or the penthouse.
Love the way it looks in the back. What do you guys think?
Have her jumping around after a score or good completion. Have her friends up there, like, getting close to Halloween and Halloween outfits, you know?
Alright guys, that's money.
Yeah, that'd get your ratings up, NFL. But I wonder if Lana Rhoades got up there, if they would give her that kind of attention or shun her out because of her past, so to speak.
We've got a witch! We have found the witch! May we burn her? Burn her!
What makes you think she's a witch?
Well, she turned me into a newt!
Give me a thumbs up on that. Let's get to shooting these. First string here is going to be benchmark. I've got a lot of it loaded up. I may skip some of these. I'm curious on this H335. I'm curious on this H4895, this lever. I will probably skip some of the CFE 223, and I'm going to hop into the Varget as well. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shoot 27.3 of benchmark and 27.5 of benchmark. Let's start with that. 27.3 and 27.5 is D and E. Here we go. And I'm doing this because last week when I was doing the heavies and the middies and the groups were terrible, it's just bugging the shit out of me. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go through everything. I'm gonna start eliminating variables. And one of those variables was the powder. I was talking to Kenny over the weekend. I was like, well, maybe, you know, your conditions in Arizona are much different than they are here in Indiana. He's like, no, I got another customer in Indiana that he hasn't run into the same issues you've run into with this round. I'm thinking, you know, so I decided to do this big ladder and powder test and try to go through and figure things out, because it was just bugging the hell out of me ever since I shot that video last week. I shot the video on the finishing out the middies and the skinnies, and lo and behold, it's that damn muzzle brake. So we're working through it. Now I'm curious to see if we can get some good stuff out of some of these different powders too. High. I'm gonna come down another 4 clicks. So, you know, kind of started grouping up there a little. After I moved it down some, the first shot was high, then the other 3 were kind of grouped up. Let's do the 27.5 of the benchmark. And it may be a little waste of my time not getting some chrono readings on this, but it is what it is. Just don't have time today for all that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let's shoot the 27 grain out of curiosity. Actually, let's go 26.5 on benchmark. 27.5 may be a little hot. Let's see if 26.5 groups any better. Targ.C, not real great. Let's get on into the H335. Have 25.5, 26, 26.5, and 27. Let's go 26 and 27. 26 will be Targ.G. Oh yeah, man, it's a good group. Don't fuck it up. Off of it on the left. Forgot my damn brass coat. Would like to see what that brass looks like. Let's go I-27. See if I can put a blockade up, catch some brass hair on this. Brass looks good. All right, party people. C was 26.5 a benchmark. D was 27.3. E was 27.5. 27.5 started getting a little shiny on the brass there. Started on G with H335. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a 5th over here on the E. And we moved on to I, which is 27 grains. That's a 5-shot group there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're gonna get into the H4895. I'm about out of card space, so we're gonna hop out of here. I'm gonna shoot the rest of these tests, then I'm gonna go down and take you to see the end results. All right, stay tuned. Here we go. All right, on 26.5 of 48.95, we started getting some swipes. So we're gonna skip the higher loads. I had 2 more higher loads than that. We're going to go back to J, which is 26 grains of 48.95. J was 26 grains, 48.95. It's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got over here 1. Here's the group for it. I is 26.5 of 48.95. I started seeing signs of pressure on the brass, although I started seeing that with the Varget, but the higher Varget charge I got, the less signs I saw, so maybe that's something to revisit. I don't know. 4 was the lever revolution, 27.5. 5 was the 28 grains lever, not so good. Came down here and shot the Sierra 90 grainer. Started seeing some signs on the primers. There's 2 there, 3, 4, 5, not bad. I went ahead and shot the that was 27.5. I went ahead and shot the 27.9. There's 1, 2. I abandoned the rest because I really started seeing some pressure signs. Okay, looky here, people. Okay, it's 28 grains of Varget. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clover leaf of 3. A little darker there of the 2. I shot 27.5 grains of Varget. And I got some cratering on the primer with it. So when I shot the 28, I was thinking it'd get worse. Actually got better. I may explore a little hotter on the Varget, we'll see. Then we come down here with CFE 223, 28.5 grains. 28.7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's half MOA. That could be half MOA. There's something to work with there, y'all. Same with that H335. I'm so fucking happy. So happy.
Because I'm happy.
Got some things to play with. I'm going to come back with the lab radar now and start really dialing these in, so to speak, and see what we can come up with. I figured out some powders that are too hot, that won't work. I want to re-explore that 88 grain ELDM. I want to re-explore the 80.5 burger, the 85.5 burger, and the VLD, because all those is tainted data. That fucking muzzle brake, I'm gonna reshoot the heavies. I'm gonna do heavies. I'm gonna do heavy D's part 2, baby. All that previous stuff is bad juju. I didn't shoot all 160 rounds on this. And that's probably okay, because I started figuring out some of these powders in chargers wouldn't work or weren't worth pursuing. I'm glad I tuned into some of the powders and charges that seem to work better. Now I got some better things to play with. Tune back in for that, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in on this one. Give me a subscribe on Old Lana. Till next time, stay free.